This is Mark with the North Florida Bicycle Club, and as I'm recording this, I have just gotten done, well, a few hours ago, with probably one of the sweatiest rides that I can remember in a long time. By sweaty, I mean when I was done, I could take my glove off and squeeze it and get water. I mean, it was really a sweat fest. And I thought, you know what? We haven't talked about hydration, so maybe we should talk a little bit about hydration. So it's probably no surprise, but just in case, so blood is what is delivering food and oxygen to your muscles. That's why your heart is pumping. That's why as you work harder, your heart pumps harder because it's got to get the oxygen and the fuel to your muscles faster because you're working harder. Now, what you need to realize is blood, you probably know this as well, is really mostly water. So there's a lot of water in your blood. Now I want you to step back and imagine you've got two glasses in front of you. One is a glass of water and one is a chocolate shake. Now if they both have a straw in it and you grab that straw and you sip on that water, it's very easy. You just suck the water right up. There's not much to it. You put it in the shake and your cheeks are cleft. You've got to work harder because that shake is so much thicker. Well, that's really what's happening with your blood. When your blood gets thicker, your heart has to work harder. When the blood is nice and fluid and hydrated, it moves through the capillaries more easily than it does when it's thick. So your heart has to work a lot harder to make that happen. When the heart works harder, you're going to get tired more quickly, which is why at some point in time that you will bonk. There's another reason why the hydration is important, especially in the hot weather, is that the way that you sweat is your body actually shunts blood to your skin to help you sweat. That means there's not quite as much blood available to bring the food and oxygen to the muscles because some of it is going to the skin. So if you have a situation where you start becoming dehydrated, it's a double whammy because your blood is going to prioritize getting you some sweat. It's even harder now to get your muscles fueled and get the oxygen in there. Again, it's going to cause you to bonk later on. So there's a lot going on with your blood, and that's why hydration is so important in all weather, but of course, in particular in this weather. Now, your hydration needs are going to vary by person, by your effort, by your day. You know, today was a really humid day. It was a fairly hard effort for me, so there was more sweating involved. I could have done the exact same ride today, and if it had been, say, 2 miles per hour less, I would have sweat a lot less. I'd have had lower hydration needs. On the other hand, if it's been a longer ride, more hydration needs. There's no one answer, and everybody is different. I sweat a lot. I take in quite a bit of fluid. Other people don't sweat as much. If you want, you can even do a sweat test, meaning you would weigh yourself before a ride, you do the ride, you add up any weight that you added through things that you ate or fluids you took in, and weigh yourself again to see the difference. That tells you how much fluid that you're losing so that you can get that in. You cannot get behind. So hydration is something that you need to start the ride hydrated already, and you need to keep up on hydration. If you're not hydrated when you start the ride, you're going to be in trouble. If you get dehydrated during the ride, you're going to be in trouble. You can't just say, I'm going to worry about drinking when I get to the rest stop, I'll catch up then. It doesn't work that way. You've got to be drinking throughout the ride. How often? Again, the person, the day, the weather, there's a lot of factors in there. The key thing to remember is hydration is critical, and don't get behind.